The Reading University Mathematics Department, 1980. A hothouse of brilliant, socially awkward minds, and tonight, a pressure cooker of fear. 12 mathematicians, 11 men and 1 woman, Dr. Eleanor Vance, found themselves crammed into the ancient, rattling lift after a late-night seminar on Riemann's hypothesis. None knew each other well, their interactions limited to hurried nods in the hallway and terse arguments over chalkboards. The lift lurched, shuddered, and died. Silence descended, thick and heavy as the stale air. Then a collective, nervous cough. "Well, that's just great," someone muttered, the voice swallowed by the claustrophobic confines. The lift, barely large enough for 8, felt like a coffin. Panic, subtle at first, began to simmer. A bead of sweat trickled down Eleanor's temple. The emergency button yielded nothing but a hollow click. Claustrophobia, a beast she'd battled her entire life, clawed at her throat. Hours crawled by. The initial attempts at humor faded, replaced by a tense, unsettling quiet. The mathematicians, masters of logic and abstraction, were utterly powerless against the mundane terror of being trapped. Then the whispers started. "Did you hear that?" A young man with thick glasses asked, his voice trembling. "Hear what?" "The hum of the fluorescent light." Another retorted, but his eyes darted nervously around the lift. Eleanor, her senses heightened by the oppressive atmosphere, heard it too. A faint scratching coming from above. Not the mechanical whine of the lift mechanism, but something organic. The scratching grew louder, closer. It was accompanied by a low, guttural moan. The mathematicians, their faces illuminated by the flickering light, stared at the ceiling in petrified silence. Suddenly the lift jolted again. This time it wasn't a malfunction. It felt like something was trying to force it upwards. The moaning intensified, morphing into a horrifying shriek. Eleanor, ignoring the rising tide of terror, felt a cold, analytical curiosity bloom within her. What was happening? What could possibly be? Then the ceiling panel above them buckled and cracked. A single bloodshot eye peered down into the lift, followed by a grotesque, decaying hand that reached for them. One guy pissed himself. Screams erupted. The mathematicians, their carefully constructed world of numbers and equations shattered, huddled together in abject terror. Eleanor, however, found herself strangely calm. This wasn't a mechanical failure. This was something else, something that defied logic, something that preyed on fear. As the decaying hand descended, Eleanor knew one thing. Their imprisonment wasn't just about being stuck between floors. It was about being trapped in a nightmare that had just begun. The mystery of the broken lift had just become a fight for survival.